Hi, Sarah. Thank you for coming. So I would like to ask for your consent to record our session today. Would that be okay with you?
Of course.
Okay, so I would like to understand the problems that bring you here today so I can help you more effectively. I'd like to know about your experiences and your ideas. I'm going to ask you some questions about how you're doing, how you're handling these situations. Please remember that there are no right or wrong answers. So what brings you in today?
Well, I just recently got accepted into a grad program, and coming from a small-knit Orthodox community, it's a bit of a culture shock to be in a diverse group of so many different individuals.
Okay, so how would you say that you're kind of handling the problem? I know you had mentioned that it's kind of a shock for you, but do you feel anxious?
Yes, it's making me feel anxious and a little bit like not accepted in my classes. I just feel people look at me differently just because of my religion.
Okay.
I dress more on the conservative side, so I don't want that to affect me, like, building a relationship with other people if they think that I'm, shut off.
Okay. So sometimes people have different ways of describing their problems to their families, friends, and other people. How would you describe your problem to, let's say, your family, for example?
Well, with my family, they're very supportive with me seeking out counseling. I turn to my family for a lot of things, and that seems to be enabled in me from when I was young to always turn to my parents for help. But like I said, it also puts a shame to my family that I feel like there's something wrong, and I don't want to bring shame to my family name just because I'm seeking out counseling to better get to know myself.
Yeah. So some people explain that their problems are a result of bad things that have happened to their lives and problem with others, and for spiritual reasons. What do the others in your family and your community think is causing your issue?
When I turn to my parents about the issue, they think that it's just me going through a mood change and that I'll eventually snap out of it. I think that it's more anxiety-based because I am so used to being in a small Jewish community, and being at a larger university has really been a change of environment.
Okay. What about maybe when you speak, have you spoken with your rabbi about these issues?
Yes, and then I found out that he turned to my father to speak to my dad about the issues on how to handle it. So that kind of upset me because something that I thought that was confidential wasn't, and it turned into a family matter regardless.
So are there any kinds of support that make your problem better, like your family or your friends, or any sort of stressors that you feel make the problem worse? I know you mentioned when you spoke with your rabbi.
I met a lot of people when I was doing my undergrad that kind of piqued my interest that there's other cultures and other things to learn besides the Jewish religion. So talking to my other friends who are from different backgrounds has helped me open up a lot and also express myself in a different way. And also, like I said, my family has been a great support system for me.
Do you see any sort of stressors that make the problem worse, or it's mostly positives now that you're learning more about the different cultures?
Now that I'm learning about the different cultures, I'm finding it as an outlet, and it's easier for me to identify with other people.
Great. So aspects of people's backgrounds or identity can make their problem better or worse. By background or identity, I mean the community to which you belong to, the language you speak, where your family is from, your gender, sexual orientation, and obviously your religion. For you, what are the most aspects of your background or identity?
Well, experiencing anti-Semitism is a huge part of being Jewish, and growing up in a Jewish community, you don't really face that because everyone around you is Jewish. So when you hear stereotypical remarks and jokes made it can be taken as offensive, and I have learned now that I can't take everything to heart, that some people are just kidding around, and it's definitely helped me with my anxiety, and also seeking counseling is a more confidential way that I want to seek therapy instead of talking to my rabbi.
Are there any aspects about your background that are causing other concerns or difficulties for you?
Well, my family being Orthodox, I think I would relate to being more of a Reform or conservative Jew. I believe some of the things that the Orthodox do, their traditions, are a little bit outdated, and it is actually hurting me in a sense, because you have to put this shoe on first. Like, there's rules for everything, and the Torah explains that there's rules for everything. But I'm seeing now that my eyes have opened to a whole new world of culture, that there's different ways to deal with it, like meditation or yoga, painting, that it's not all prayer.
So what have you done on your own to cope with your problem? I know you mentioned painting, meditation. Are those things that you partake in?
Yes, those are new hobbies that I've picked up to try to express myself differently.
Have you ever sought counseling or help from others before? And if you have, what kind of helpful advice has been given to you?
I have not sought out counseling before. This is my first time. So I'm hoping that it will help me identify myself.
Okay. And what kinds of help do you think would be most useful at this point in time where you are right now?
Maybe a group setting where I would be able to meet with other individuals, maybe that have anxiety, or want to talk to somebody about their religion from a different religion or different aspect of culture.
Is there anything that we can do to provide you with the care that you need?
If you have a list of local groups, I would take that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks.